to order OcuPower or call 1-888-253-3139. OcuPower. Open your eyes.
Using unparalleled research in the development of a synergistic formulation based around the key concepts of super oxygenation, the next level in cleansing is here. With key ingredients backed by real clinical studies, the new Oxy Powder, available through InfoWars Life, was invented during Dr. Group's research on the toxification of our bodies. Many herbal colon cleansers are harsh on the body and contain cheap and potentially dangerous ingredients, oftentimes full of synthetic fillers, GMOs, additives, or worse. Gently start cleaning your body with easy capsules that start working while you sleep. Oxy Powder does not require time off work, and there's no need for bad tasting concoctions. Instead, Oxy Powder slowly releases monoatomic oxygen into the intestinal tract and body. Experience the astonishing cleansing power of superoxide and ozonide technology. Go to InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com to get started with Oxy Powder, or call 1-888-253-3139.
This is Scottish John for Infowars.com. I know that most of you here in this commercial already know about the New World Order, eugenics, and all the other issues covered here at Infowars. The question is, do your friends and family know? If not, then I want to know why. Oh, I know it's tough to talk about this with some people. They might call you names, or they just want to talk about sports or soap operas. I say, so what? There's a battle going on out there right now. The ammunition is information, and the soldiers are you. It's time to transform your game from passive listener to active participant. We from Scotland have had our skin in this game for the greater part of the last 1,000 years, and I'm still fighting. If we don't all stand up right now, we're going to lose everything. The InfoWar is worldwide. Tell your friends about InfoWars and let them know that InfoWars doesn't print bull. It's real journalism and news backed up by documented fact. Step up and take your friends and family to Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv, and PlanetInfowars.com. The truth will set them free.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order, it's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Welcome back, my friends. It is the Alex Jones Show. This is Sunday, September 14th, 2014. We are live about another hour and a half. I'm your host, Rob Dew. I'm joined with Paul Watson, writer of PrisonPlanet.com, Infowars.com. If you don't know me, I'm the news director over here, mainly for the Infowars Nightly News. I run that crew, the reporters, keep them busy and sending them out on missions, one of which they just got back from New York during the 13th anniversary of 9/11. You guys can punch this up here. I want to show you two videos here on the Alex Jones channel. This is something that I spend a lot of my time on, youtube.com/the Alex Jones channel. We got two videos right now that are going viral. One is from the Nightly News on Friday, and this is Darren McBreen's piece, Shocking Demonic Photos of Obama, and it shows him literally with devil horns. I mean, really scary. And if you think that this is, oh, well, he just happened to be set up that way, they pay people hundreds of thousands of dollars to make sure stuff like this doesn't occur. And they pay people hundreds of thousands of dollars to make sure stuff like this does occur. So let me tell you, that's a message right there. There's your demonic president. And the other one is 9/11 firefighter blows WTC 7 cover-up wide open. That's an interview that Leon McAdoo did with firefighter Rudy Dent, who was off that day of 9/11. But after the towers collapsed, he raced over to his fire station. Him and his boys commandeered a mail truck and went in there to help rescue people. And he actually saw explosions happening at WTC 7. He saw molten metal, things that he cannot explain as a firefighter, and one of which is how the building collapsed. This doesn't happen regularly. In fact, the only time it's happened because of a fire is during 9/11. So you don't have to, don't beat me up about it. Go look at building structural integrity. Go look at office building fires that have happened. There was a fire in Shanghai, China a few years ago that burned for over 24 hours and did not collapse into its own footprint. So that stuff just doesn't magically happen. It has to be planned. So that's an amazing interview with Rudy Dent. You can see that 9/11 firefighter blows WTC 7 cover-up wide open. And we've got a few things on there, a few of our little playlist. You can see Joe Biggs crossing the Rio Grande in El Paso, our adventures in Ferguson. Lots of stuff up there on the Alex Jones channel on YouTube. But one way you can support us is by becoming a member of PrisonPlanet.tv, which we have all the same stuff that you see on the Alex Jones channel, but you can download it. You can spread it around. We've got the day show, the nightly news, our special reports. We have some movies up there. Alex has made dozens of documentaries. I helped make a couple of them, one of which is Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA, which I was a co-director on back in, we released that in 2010. And just an amazing wealth of information that you can access for just pennies a day. And you can use your username and password and share it with up to 11 people. You can have 11 of you on right now watching the show, watching the videos as we pull them up. Did you see the video that we showed from the NOVA presentation, where they're talking about how this Ebola went airborne through the ventilation shaft? Okay, this stuff is happening right now. No one can explain how it's spreading. No one can explain how these doctors are getting sick. When these doctors go in there, they're wearing hazmat suits. They're spraying themselves down with Lysol and chlorine. There's no reason for this many doctors to begin sick. We've just had our 4th doctor die in Sierra Leone, and we've got 4 doctors here, 2 which have seemed to have recovered, and 2 which are still sick, one in Atlanta and the other in Nebraska. So we've just brought it to the middle of the country. Why not? And they're flushing it all down the toilet. All the waste is going down the toilet. So I guess they think they've got it under control. Paul Watson, let's finish up on Ebola, and I want to play that clip again from the NOVA presentation in case people missed it, because we did play it earlier in the show. And I think people need to hear this, that they've known since 1989 that this thing can go airborne. So how would you like to finish this up?
Yeah, I just want to mention, I wrote a story on Friday about this German expert from the Institute for Tropical Medicine in Hamburg. He basically gave some statements to Deutsche Welle, which is a major German publication. He said that the Ebola virus in Sierra Leone and Liberia would only burn itself out when it's infected the entire population of those 2 countries and killed 5 million people. And he basically said that all hope is lost for those 2 countries and that it's too late. What's weird about it is literally within an hour of me publishing that report on InfoWars and giving it a headline worthy of the quotes that were actually in the article about 5 million people dying, they changed not only the headline of the article, but they removed the quotes from the article from this expert saying that 5 million people would die in Africa as a result of Ebola. And there was no formal retraction. That's the thing. If you change a news article after the fact in such a major way, you know, this wasn't a spelling error or something. It was a major retraction. It was a change of the headline, removing quotes.
That's right.
You normally have to announce it.
You put a note saying, hey, we made a mistake. He didn't actually say 5 million. He said 200,000, which they didn't put that as a retraction. They just left it. They just removed it. It was, I guess, a piece of 1984 jargon. And what's interesting is that they say this thing's going to double in about 2 weeks. So they say 20,000 people could be affected here by Friday, but then that's going to double. And this thing just keeps going on and on and on. And they have no way to really stop it. There's no supposed vaccine, if there will ever be a real vaccine, if it doesn't help spread it. And I find it interesting, too, that as soon, and I was watching this months ago, when it first started happening, the villagers that they were treating were attacking these medical centers. They were saying the doctors were helping spread this. They were accusing them of it. Now, I don't know if they were, or if it was just this case of them being superstitious. But I find that very interesting that the villagers were freaking out that these health workers were here and that the virus just kept getting worse and worse. Now, it could be a coincidence. It could be. But I don't know. What do you think about that, Paul?
I don't know, Rob. It's bizarre. There's also a story about a black market treatment for Ebola, which is now circulating in Africa, which the WHO and the other health authorities are trying to clamp down on and eliminate. So there's obviously a lot of concern from people in Africa that if there is a treatment for this, which we know they've been working on it, that they're not getting proper access to it. So now they're having to go to the black market to try and get something which, I don't know, it may or may not work, but the WHO is keen to clamp down on it. So there's a lot of bizarre things going on behind the scenes. And again, with the media aspect, there's a lot of massaging of the message. I mean, we know the CDC has been very reluctant to release any information on suspected Ebola sufferers in the United States. And obviously that's the same in Germany and across the board. But also I wanted to mention the advisory that the CDC put out to the airline staff to provide surgical masks to potential Ebola victims in order to, quote, reduce the number of droplets expelled into the air by talking, sneezing, or coughing. Not use compressed air, which might spread infectious material through the air. So at least to some extent, they're also concerned about it spreading through the air. And this was an advisory that was put out months ago and is still in effect. So again, it goes back to the speculation of whether it's gone airborne and that it's not just contractable via exchange of bodily fluids.
And we've got the video clip from the NOVA program in the 90s talking about an 89 secret monkey eradication program that the United States government underwent. Let's go to that clip real quick.
In 1989, Ebola made its way to the U.S. Residents of this Washington, D.C. suburb had no idea that one of the world's deadliest viruses had emerged in their midst. In a primate quarantine unit in Reston, Virginia, monkeys in one of the holding rooms suddenly began to die. Secretly, a military team entered the quarantine unit and killed all 60 monkeys in the infected room. The crisis heightened as monkeys began to die in a different room. It appeared that the virus was moving through the ventilating system. In response, the military killed all 400 monkeys.
There you go.
Ending the
outbreak. Military was involved in covering up a airborne transmission of Ebola. We'll be right back.
You've heard about the essential qualities of iodine when it comes to your well-being, and you've read the opinions of top experts regarding this good member of the halogen family. Still, reports indicate that iodine is absent in sufficient amounts from the daily lives of countless people worldwide. Now, our extra-strength new nascent iodine formula is here, Survival Shield X2, leading the way into the next generation of super high-quality nascent iodine. InfoWars Life Survival Shield X2 is derived from 200+ million-year-old salt solutions found more than 7,000 feet below the Earth's surface. The result is a unique nascent iodine that is both concentrated and free of unwanted additives, genetically modified ingredients, and completely vegan. We even pre-screen our Survival Shield X2 iodine for radiation. Pure, clean, and sourced from deep within the Earth, X2 nascent iodine is available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, or call 1-888-253-3139.
General, what do you think about the FBI saying that there's a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation?
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, InfoWars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more homeland security on sticking their hands down on the pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere. And that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch the Assad Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their